This is Ivan Omer here again. It's a couple weeks later from my last video. I hope you guys enjoyed my last video when I talked about separating your personal from your business and how not to be cheap. I thought it would be a cool video to make. I thought it would be cool to make a video like that. Again, that video was not part of the Miscellaneous series, hence why you didn't see the Ivan's Wild Book series introduction before I start my video, because whenever I make a video, you don't see the introduction. That means it's not part of the series. So yeah, this will be Ivan's Miscellaneous series, the head of production. I'm gonna talk about the head of production. Now, once I come out from death and I pay this fee and I save my beautiful wife, you know what I'm saying? I save my beautiful wife, and I make billions off my amazing Lasso Rose's book. You're looking at the best book ever written, by the way. You're looking at. I'm talking around. You're looking at a book better than Lord of the Rings. That's how good it is. But you're looking at amazing. You're looking at an amazing book for that. Once I pay this fee and I release my book on Lulu, when you guys read the book, you're where I take you for a ride. You're looking at the best movie ever made for that. Me and my wife are gonna need to hire head of production. The head of production is in charge of schedules. He's in charge of creating everything to do with the movie project. He's in charge of creating all the schedules. So I'll talk about this later on, but he's in charge of creating schedules for the training ad shoots, the first year with the 6th team, creating schedules for the writing the script, creating schedules for the concert arts, when it's time to eat lunch, like, you know what I'm saying, when the actors are flown to Vancouver, the horse training, tackle training, the weight training the second year, their ad shoots the second year. I'm saying the production for the movie, well, the 9 months, he's in charge of creating a schedule for production. He's in charge of creating all the schedules. Hence why I need an experienced head of production who worked in Hollywood, who creates schedules for Hollywood companies to work for my company, SkySource. Right. Again, a quick note: I did some math, and for the crewman, I'll only have a $240 million cap about there, which means the maximum amount of crewmen I can have for Zanus is 1,600 crewmen around there, which should be more than enough as 2,000 crewmen, as paying 2,000 crewmen 150K and like a good, like, I don't know, 100 supervisors 200K. That will cost $300 million, since I can't afford that because the actors are costing me almost $100 million. And my 6th team is costing me like $55 million around there. Because if someone like Jon Favreau were hired, he'd be costing me a lot of money, obviously. So the 6 teams is going to cost me like 50 plus million, and you know what I'm saying? Like, hence, I'm putting 4/10 to one side. Hence, by the time I pay everyone, there'll only be a few million left. The whole budget will be drained. Hence, the max of crewmen I can have for Last of Us will be 1,600 crewmen, which is more than enough. There's a good chance I'll probably have like 1,500 crewmen for Zanes or something like that, because that should be more than enough. Because I'm building big sets, so you're looking at a lot of crewmen for that, as well as the special effects. You're looking at a huge team for special effects and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You also have Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer's composing the choir. Hans Zimmer, I want him composing music, but at the same time, I'm also going to hire a choir. You're probably looking at a 30 team choir around there, a big choir. A big choir. At the same time, I'm hiring singers. I'm paying the singers. The singers, I'll pay like 350K. I said 500K. No, I'll pay the singers like 300K or something like that. Because they're indie singers, I'm not gonna pay them a lot of money. I'll pay them like $300,000, which is a good paycheck for singing a couple songs. Right. So yeah, Zanes will have a good 1,600 crewmen around there, which should be more than enough, as 2,000 crewmen getting paid 150K and 200K for the couple dozen supervisors will cost around 300 million, which I can't afford. So I thought I should throw that in there. So the project of Last of Us, you're looking at about 1,600 crewmen. So about 240 million goes towards paying all the crewmen, about 55 million towards the 7 team, and like 95 to like 100 million towards the actors. Hence, the entire salary budget will be pretty much drained after I paid everyone. Just a thought I thought you should know. So I did some math, and the max amount of crewmen, if I want to pay everyone 150K and pay if I want to pay everyone 150K and pay I don't know, a couple of dozen supervisors 200K, the max I'm gonna have a cap of about 240 million. I can't go any higher than that, because the moment you have 2,000 crewmen, they're now affecting your budget. You can't afford to pay your actors and your 16. No, your 16 is already costing you like 50 plus million, and then you also have your actors, which is almost 100 million around there, and then you have you're a crewman. No, you need to watch out for your budget. Hence why I'm gonna tell my 16, whenever I don't want any more than 1,600 crewmen. Otherwise, they're gonna affect the budget. I'm gonna tell my 16 that. Do not choose any more than 1,600 crewmen. I'm gonna tell them that. Make sure I'm gonna throw them. I'm gonna throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So good night. Well, this will probably be an hour and a half video here. I'll try and put it stand for an hour and a half. So good night, world. This is Ivan O'Mara here again. As you already know, the countdown to my very interesting series, my very interesting miscellaneous series, is soon coming to an end. And this will be the last video in my 7-team series, as I said before. Right? So I'm going to keep saying this. This is the last video of my miscellaneous series for my 7-team series. And after this, I just have my phase announcements, and then Swim with the Sharks, and I'm done. After this, and so you have content editing, groundly editing, design my map, formatting, Swimming with the Sharks, and the final announcement. I'm done. You have 5 videos left until the final announcement. And once I make that final announcement, Ivan O'Mara is officially ending his series for good, because I'm getting worn out making these videos. These videos are starting to annoy me. Once I'm king, I'm not gonna take the time to make videos for you if you're not gonna take the time to talk about me in the public eye. There's nothing worse than making videos and no one even acknowledges your presence. Oh my god, like you guys act like you don't watch my videos, yet behind the scenes you watch my videos. If you think after doing that and I don't get paid for it, you think I'm gonna make videos for you, you're fucking crazy. I'm not making any videos for you. Once I make that final announcement, I'm officially ending my series for good, as I am getting tired of making these videos. All I want to do is get this book done, pay this fee, save my wife, and live the life with her forever in this world. Too bad. Sorry, we're God. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? Live forever in this world. And what? And act on these videos moves. I don't feel like making all these videos on my Southwest channel and not get paid for it. And you guys don't even talk about me. You guys don't even talk about me in the public eye. No, I'm not making any videos for you. Zero. Right? So you already know that the countdown to my very interesting miscellaneous series is soon coming to an end, as this will be the last video of my 7-team series. As I said before, right? So as I said before, I'm going to talk about the script developers. I now want 2 script developers. Before I said 1, but now I want 2 script developers working for my company, SkySource. Again, you have guys like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Those, again, they are currently the boss of Mandalorian. But if those guys are available, so Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, those guys are currently the boss of Mandalorian. But there's a good chance their contract is probably for a couple seasons around there. So if those 2 guys are available, if they're not available, then obviously I can't sign them because they're still contract busy. But if they're available, there's a 7% chance I'm going to hire those 2 guys, because Mandalorian is an amazing show, and those 2 guys are talented minds. They know what they're doing. After watching Star Wars Mandalorian, I can say, oh my god, these guys know what they're doing. They know Star Wars. Hence, they're creative people. Right? Again, if they're available, there's a good chance, 70% chance I'll be hiring those 2 guys. Because J.J. Abrams, he signed a huge deal in Hollywood. He signed like a $250 million or $500 million deal in Hollywood. So he's not going to want to work for my company because I'm not willing to pay him that. That's crazy. And Rian Johnson's working on a Star Wars trilogy. So those 2 guys are pretty much out of the picture because Rian Johnson's working on a Star Wars trilogy. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm promoting your trilogy out there. And J.J. Abrams has signed a huge deal in Hollywood, and he's doing the Black Superman with Michael B. Jordan. Again, you're welcome. You're welcome, Warner Bros. I'm promoting your movie out there. So those guys are busy doing their thing in Hollywood. Whereas Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, their contract should be almost up, I would assume. If their contract is, if they're still contracted, then obviously I can't hire them. There's many other candidates out there. There's the people who wrote Lord of the Rings. I can hire people who wrote Lord of the Rings. I can hire the people who wrote Avengers. The 2 screenwriters who wrote Avengers. You can hire one of those guys. There's many other candidates out there besides Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and all them. But I'm just saying those guys are like the cream of the crop, right? So both those guys are available. There's a 70% chance I'll be hiring those 2. So they're gonna get the experience SFA with IMVG if they're hired. They get their own nice luxury office. I want to show you a picture of how top notch of an office like you're looking at for SkySource, man. They're gonna be owning like a nice ass fucking office. Whoever's hired, Whoever's hired will be working in a nice like top notch like high tech like environment, man. Because I'm putting 5 million towards my office, and you're looking at something high tech for my office, man. You're looking at something top notch, man. I know I keep sidetracking with the pictures. It's annoying, huh? Well, the pictures are cool. I guarantee you guys love when I show you pictures, huh? Yeah, hence why I love doing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whoever's hired will be owning a futuristic like a futuristic office, man. Like they'll have their own office themselves. Yeah, imagine an office like you're looking at something like this from my office. See that? I've shown you this before. I've shown you this picture before. Imagine an office that's like this. Like imagine the lucky chosen skill developers are going to be working in a nice office like that, like a high tech computer. I'm gonna tell. I like this design. I'm gonna tell the architects. I'm gonna tell the engineers. I want my office looking like something like this, man. You're looking at like an office like that. I guarantee VJ's for this luxury look. It's cooler, you know. Look, working in a luxury like office, I'm saying. But at the end of the day, me and my wife will barely be doing work. So the 16 to 17 will be doing all the work for us, man. The only thing me and my wife are going to be doing, I'm sidetracking. The only thing me and my wife are going to be doing is like making a few calls. Like the only thing we're going to be doing the first year, I'll be writing a script with my script developer, and then me and my wife will do the concept arts in the afternoon. We don't look at resumes. We do the concept arts in the afternoon, which is fun, and we only make and we only make a few business calls. Like for the luxury hotel party, me and my wife can make the calls for that. The organizer of the event and all that stuff, which is Slack. Make calls for the IMAX cameras because IMAX cameras is the best camera in Hollywood. The costumes and weapons just for the main actors only, whereas the team makes the calls for the extras. We can make the calls for the machine for the masks, the kitchen equipment, the food, and that's it, man. So my wife will pretty much be doing no work. All she's going to be doing is sitting in her desk watching me write my script pretty much. And then in the afternoon we do the concert arts and she makes a few business calls for the cameras and that's it. And the 17 takes care of everything else. In the second year we focus on practicing our lines and training. And then the 16 handles all the business. Yeah, like has me and my wife will be doing very little work, and I will sign the contracts. That's it. So I personally want me and my wife to sign all the contracts because we're the CEOs. We're the CEOs. So I want me and my wife to personally sign the contracts because we're the CEOs. Yeah, let me stop babbling on here. Right, so there's a chance those two guys are available. I'll be behind those two guys because J.J. Abrams signed a huge deal in Hollywood. He signed hundreds of $1 million deal in Hollywood, whatever it is. So I highly doubt he would want to work for my. I highly doubt he would want to take a pay cut and work for my company. And Ryan Johnson's doing his Star Wars trilogy. Again, you're welcome. I'm promoting your trilogy out there. But going back to Jon Favreau, if he's available, I'll be willing to pay him a nice $3 million year salary. Before I said 2.5 million, but I did some research and the guy's worth like $100 million. So he has money. He's big. So for someone like him, I'd be willing to pay him a $3 million yearly salary, which is $1.8 million in your bank every year. So for the 4 years, he'll make $12 million for Zanus, which is $7.2 million in your bank, which is a nice fucking paycheck, which he should agree to. As I'm paying you, and at the same time, you get a $100,000 raise per movie. He should agree to that deal, as I guarantee in Hollywood he's not making that. So a $3 million yearly salary will be making $12 million for the 4 years of Zanus, which is a $7.2 million check in your bank. Hence, he can buy if you're making $3 million a year, you can buy a $7-8 million house for yourself, man. But the guy already has money; he's worth $100 million. But if I were to pay him $3 million yearly salary, that's $1.8 million in your check in your bank every year. So for the 4 years, he's making $12 million, and for all my other movies, he'll make $9 million. Because all my other movies will be on average 2 years, 2.5 years, and I pay you for the contract of during term production, so it's like 3 years. So he'll be making $9 million for all my other movies, and for Zane's, he'll be making like $12 million. Because all my other movies are on average 2.5 years. So 12 million, 9 million he'll make for those movies, which is a nice fucking paycheck, man. A $7.2 million paycheck around there after the 4 years. $7 million in your bank after the 4 years. That's a nice fucking paycheck, man. Yeah. Right, so before I said 2.5, but no, because he's big, I'll be willing to pay him a nice $3 million yearly salary. So he'll be making $12 million for the 4 years of Last of Us Days, which is a fucking nice paycheck. right? After taxes, he'll be walking away with about $7.2 million in his bank. Again, he's gonna have to live and move to Vancouver if he wants to make his $12 million. Otherwise, with the rates, it's like $9 million. But I want all my 17 living in Vancouver. That way, the rates does not affect their salary, and that way they're not distracted. Because there's a good chance all these guys have families. Last thing you want to do is be working in Canada and you're away from your family for 4 years. No, as mandatory, I want them all living in Vancouver, as they're gonna love Vancouver, as Vancouver is more beautiful than Los Angeles. Vancouver is ranked top like 25 most beautiful cities in the world. And Canada is actually ranked ahead of USA in terms of beauty. Yeah, I told you, Canada's a more beautiful country than the United States, man. Go on Google, check it out. Canada is ranked like top 10 most beautiful countries in the world. United States was ranked lower than Canada, man, because Canada's that beautiful. Canada's ranked as one of the most beautiful countries in the world. It's a beautiful country. Because I've been to the States and it's fucking crowded, man. The States is fucking crowded. Yeah. So we'll be making $7.2 million around there for the 4 years, which hence John Farrell will be able to lease a nice the guy already has money, but the money that I'm paying him, he can lease like a $150,000 Benz for himself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like he can get a nice Audi. He probably already has nice cars. He's rich, but he's only gonna get richer working for my company, right? That's if he's available. Because if those two guys are available, I'm telling you right now, there's a 75% chance I'm gonna hire those two guys. I'm gonna hire these sidekicks, have them be sidekicks at my script developers. They're gonna help me write my Zane script. They're gonna help me with the concert. At the same time, I'm gonna put them to work and they're gonna make business calls. And they all get their own fucking nice office and everything. A nice, like, I show you a picture of what kind of office I'm gonna own. You're looking at a high tech, like, futuristic office. I want the futuristic look in my office. A high tech, like, futuristic office. You know what I'm saying? It looks like top notch. Right? As he should agree to the 4 years, he should agree to a $3 million salary. As I'm not going any higher than that. The $3 million salary is a good enough salary. Right? Otherwise, he'll be affecting a bunch like crazy. So I'll be willing to pay him $3 million salary, which is a good fucking salary. Right? Which he should agree to. As someone like Dave Filoni as a sidekick, I would be willing to pay him the $2 million salary because he's not as big as John Favreau. So Dave Filoni, if he were available, I'd be willing to pay him $2 million salary. Hence, both him and John Favreau, with that money, will be living a celeb life in Vancouver. They can go on after each movie. They can go on. They can take a year off because after every movie, I want to take a good 8 months to a year off with my wife. You know what I'm saying? Go around the world, travel around the world. I don't know, chill in Vancouver, go to events, and take a couple months off and travel around the world. And I'm gonna take my 17-month vacation. But even after that, like my 17, they can all go on a nice like vacation with their family, man. With that money that I'm paying you, you can go on a nice vacation with your wife or your family. They'll have enough money to last for 8 months, more than enough money to last for 8 months. So they're all going to be living the great life in Vancouver, and you're going to be traveling around the world, obviously. Right, so I'd be willing to pay them a $2 million salary, which is a fucking nice salary. And hence, if those guys were the lucky chosen script developers, they will be living a celeb life with me and my wife in Vancouver. 18 minutes. I'm babbling on. This video should be an hour and 30 minutes. I should be done here. Right. Hence why they would be the lucky few if they were hired. But going back to my warning, I will keep on repeating this. I will no longer waste my time exposing how wicked you really are, as I already did in my Biblical Simpson video. From now on, I'll be talking about SkySource, me and my wife's big ass film entertainment company, right? Right. I'm gonna have a thing. I'm gonna call. I thought of calling Sky. I can either call it SkySource Studios, SkySource Productions, or SkySource Entertainment. I find SkySource Entertainment sounds the best because SkySource is not a studio. Because a studio. Yeah, studios fund movies, but studios, they have their own lot and all that stuff. They have their own lot where they film. They have their own lot where they film. They have their own set building lot, and they film movies and television shows as their own lot. Where SkySource will not have its own lot. SkySource is a film entertainment company that just has an office, and everything else I just lease. It's much easier. I just lease. I lease land. I lease sets for building, all that stuff. I buy sets for building, all that stuff. Everything is leased or bought for SkySource. Whereas a studio, you actually own your own cameras, you own your own sets. Whereas me, I'm gonna lease all my IMAX cameras, I'm gonna lease all my set building equipment, all that stuff. I'm gonna lease all of it. I'm not gonna buy it. No, I'm gonna lease it because if you buy it, new cameras are gonna come out. No, lease your IMAX camera because the IMAX camera is the best camera in the home. And that's the camera I want to use. I'm going to use the IMAX camera for Zayas. I'm going to lease my cameras. And Sky Source will be a film entertainment company. So it's so people like you could call it a studio, but Sky Source is a film entertainment company. It's a production company. It's not a studio. It's a film production company. But it's a production company that's bigger than Disney. It happens to be bigger than Disney Film Studios. That's the funny thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas Disney is a studio and a production company. Whereas Sky Source is just a production company. Because Disney has their own lot and all stuff. They have their own cameras that they bought and all stuff. Whereas Sky Source will be leasing everything. Leasing the cameras, all that stuff. Right? I keep babbling on. Hence, they would be the lucky few. But going back to my warning, I'll keep on repeating this. I'll no longer waste my time exposing how wicked you really are, as I already did that in my biblical symbolism video. From now on, I'll be talking about Sky Source. Again, Sky Source will be a bigger brand than Disney Film Studios. I'm going to keep saying that. My book, looking at the best fantasy novel ever written. I'm not going to say Zayas is the best book ever written. It's the best fantasy novel ever written, because there's different genres. Because there's a lot of amazing nonfiction books that I've read. You can't really compare nonfiction to fantasy. No. Zayas is the best fantasy novel ever written. I wouldn't say it's the best book ever written, no. It's the best fantasy novel ever written. There's some people who might think it's the best book ever written, but I'm talking about fantasy. Zayas is the best fantasy novel ever written. Better than Lord of the Rings. I'm pretty much done Fellowship of the Ring right now, and Fellowship of the Ring is considered the best of 3 series, and yet Last of Us Zayas I'm reading, oh my god, it's more interesting than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's a better book than Lord of the Rings. Right? Hence, it'll be lucky for you, but going back to my warning, I'll keep on repeating this. I'll no longer waste my time exposing how wicked you world are, as I already did that in my biblical symbolism video. From now on, I'll be talking about my amazing Sky Source brand, my book, and the topic at hand, as a counter to my video series is seriously starting to tick. Right? As you only have 5 videos left, man. 5 videos left until what? 5 videos left until what? The final announcement. And then Ivan O'Mara is going to cry his eyes out and pay his fee and save his beautiful wife. And once I come back from death and I cry my eyes out and I finally know what it's like to make money, I know what it's like to be in a relationship, I know what it's like to go overseas, I know what it's like to be on a plane, you know what I'm saying? After the horror messing me your points of me suffering death, if you think for 1 second I'll let you do like that, I'm peacing the fuck out, and you're never going to hear from me ever again except for the docs, movies, and trends. Because you're going to see me and my wife behind the scenes. When we and my wife go to other countries, when we hire a driver to drive us to this place, me and my wife can easily afford to hire a driver. We can hire the top-notch limo services around the world when we visit countries to drive us around. When we get out of the car, people are going to be taking pictures on their phones and videos. That's all going to be trending. Oh my god, I meet your celebrities. Yeah, you know how when celebrities get out of the limo, you get the crazy fans? We're looking at something like that for me and my wife. That's been crazy. Except it's behind the scenes. Yeah. Right? You only have 5 videos left until the final announcement, and then after Ivan makes his final announcement, that will be the last time he'll ever make any videos on my Sabotage YouTube channel ever again. Do you understand me, world? Am I clear, world? Because I want to sick this into your crazy minds. Once Ivan finds out how wicked you really are, he's officially ending his Miscellaneous series for good, and he's piecing out with his wife forever. I'm gonna keep saying that. Because I know you guys are messing with my wife. You guys are crazy people. Even after causing that horror mess with my wife, even after causing that horror mess with my wife, right? Even after causing that horror mess with my wife, causing the horror mess with me, right? Causing the horror mess with me, right? And killing an innocent man, you somehow think Ivan O'Mara and Vij are going to make videos for you on our Sabotage channel because you guys are crazy fucking people. Even after we caused this mess, even after we totally ruined Ivan's personal life with his relationship with his wife, it's not ruined, but my point is the relationship is so bad that my wife told me what happened to those men, I wouldn't even want to be with her. I'd peace out. That's how bad the relationship is. And yet after doing that and killing an innocent man and having me be a porn star, so causing mess in my wife's life, and sabotage my channel, you're not talking about me, you still somehow think I'm going to make videos for you. You know for what I'm piecing out. I'm not going to just do them like that. If you want me to make videos for you, put my stats on and start talking about me in the public eye. But you're not going to do that, and so I'm piecing out. You don't you fucking deserve. Ivan O'Mara will be kept behind the scenes. Yeah, there you go. Now, where was I? Now, my past topic. I'll need a legal advisor who worked in Hollywood, as C-list legal advisors are out. I'm going to keep saying this. C-list legal advisors are out, as I'm only hiring a legal advisor who worked in Hollywood. So a lawyer one of the best lawyers, I can hire one of the best lawyers ever who worked in Hollywood. A lawyer who worked for the big six companies or even the television companies. There's a good chance I might narrow it down to the big six. That way I don't have to look at as much resumes. Actually, no. I'll have television lawyers apply too, but there's a good chance I'm going to hire a lawyer who worked for one of the big six companies. So Disney, Paramount, Warner Bros., Lionsgate, not Lionsgate, Warner Bros., Universal. I'll hire a lawyer who worked for one of those companies to work for my company as a legal advisor. Right? Again, C-list legal advisor, I only want a legal advisor who worked in Hollywood. Again, because you do not allow me to make $50K a year, I'm only hiring Hollywood people, as I only want a legal advisor who worked in Hollywood. I don't keep saying that. Because you didn't allow me to make $50,000 a year, I'm only hiring a legal advisor who worked in Hollywood. Get your fucking deserve. I'm only hiring top notch people. Get your fucking deserve. You didn't allow God to make $50,000. You didn't allow God to make $50,000 a year. So now that I'm king, the C-list people are not allowed to work for my company. There you go. Get what you freaking deserve, man. It's actually funny because the very people who I save are the most wicked of them all. I save the fucking Hollywood people. The Hollywood people are the ones who caused the mess. And yet they're the people who I fucking save. You have to see those people that I don't save. It's actually funny. Yeah. Right? There's a thing in the Bible where it says Jesus hung out with sinners. The symbolism of that is symbolism is that Ivan Omaris, all the people that Ivan saves are the Hollywood people. He doesn't save the C-list people. He saves the Hollywood people, and yet the Hollywood people are the very people who bang his wife. The Hollywood women are the very woman who Ivan has sex with, and yet Ivan saves those people. Yeah, that's the symbolism in the Bible. How it says Jesus hung out with the worst sinners of them all and all that stuff. That's the symbolism in the Bible. Again, going back to this topic. I already made a biblical symbolism video, so I'm not going to talk about the Bible right now. Right, so I'm only hiring Hollywood people, as I only want legal advisors who work in Hollywood. Again, the lucky chosen legal advisor will be responsible for all the laws involving the project, like leasing the land in Switzerland. So I'm going to lease a good, 60 acres of land or something. I'll lease a good 100 acres of land. 100 acres should be enough, because I want a lot of room for the war. So I'm going to lease a good, 90, 80 to 70 to 100 acres of land. And that's where all the crewmen are going to build all the sets for my movie. And I'm also going to mix the effects of Switzerland, the beauty of Switzerland with the set building. Just like Lord of the Rings, they mix the set building with the beauty with the beautiful nature of Switzerland. I'm going to do the same thing for Switzerland. I'm going to have them build the sets, build the city sets and all that stuff. Same time, I'm going to have them mix the Switzerland beauty with the set building, the physical effects. Hence, why you're looking at an amazing world for Zanes. You're looking at something better than Avatar, man. Imagine a world like Avatar, except way less CGI. The world looks top notch and amazing, obviously, because I'm putting a lot of money towards special effects. But it looks more natural but it looks better than Avatar. Imagine Rivendell on steroids. That's pretty much how beautiful the land of Zanes will be. It's like Rivendell on steroids, yeah. That's how beautiful the land of Switzerland will be, man. That's something top notch. Right? So the legal advisor will be responsible for all the laws involving the project, leasing the land in Switzerland, going over the contracts for the actors and crewmen signed. So every time I sign crewmen and actors, so the first year I'm gonna fly in the chefs, the web designers, the graphic designers, people overseeing the extras, the doc team, all those people I'm signing. The script developer, the legal advisor will have to go over the contract with all those guys. Those are all the people I'm flying in the first year, as well as the concert artists. I'm flying in the concert artists the first year. Those are all the people that the legal advisor will have to go over the contract with them. As well, he'll be making business calls 5 days a week. I don't pay you too much for nothing. I'm going to put you to fucking work. Because I'm paying you I'm not kidding around. Because I'm paying them a lot of money, the system a lot of money, I'm going to make sure I put you to fucking work. I'm not going to pay you $2 million and have you slack off. No, I'm going to make sure I put you to fucking work. The fact that I saved your ass and you're getting a rich fucking salary to poor everybody living a great celeb life, I'm going to make sure I put you to fucking work, man. You're going to be busy all 4 years sometimes. Or me and my wife will be doing slack work, just signing contracts and writing the script and all that stuff, and making a few business calls for here and that, for a few of the stuff. Because my wife will not even be working. She'll be staying in her desk chilling, you know what I'm saying? She'll be chilling in her desk. The only thing she'll be doing is helping the concert artists and helping me sign the contracts, pretty much, and making a few business calls for some of the main stuff. And me and my wife will be doing slack work. And because you're the boss, you put your team to fucking work. That's how it works. That's why you pay them a lot of money. I would work hard for you. Right? So leasing the land in Switzerland, going over the contracts, right? For the actors and crewmen signed. So my camera up here.